Hula Fever, $4.20. 3 My Cavalier, $3.90. 4 Semi Secret is $6.20, and Mamselle Dupree has tightened right up to be $2.70. So Mamselle Dupree has probably been the best backed runner in the race, but with only 5 in it, it's a fairly wide affair. That's the first race at Queanbeyan.
Yeah, thank you, Matthew. Good afternoon to you. Good afternoon to everybody. Welcome to Sky Channel. About to move in, the favourite on the tote, Mamselle Dupree at 2.80 and 2.10. Ahead of number 3. The board showing 5.90 for Mr. Bullion, 4.30 Hula Fever, 4.10 My Cavalier, 6.30 Semi Secret, Mamselle Dupree, the favourite, 2.70. Now the line is almost set for the first. Mr. Bullion, Semi Secret, My Cavalier stands up. 1,600 metres the journey. Now they're all in. Hula Fever drawn the inside of the line. They're off and running. Hula Fever down towards the inside, got away well, and Mamselle Dupree out wide is going up, followed then by My Cavalier, and back behind those Mr. Bullion and Semi Secrets down towards the inside as they settle down and race up past the 1,400 metre mark, and the leader was Mamselle Dupree, lobbing along out in front, about 3/4 of a length in front of My Cavalier, a half a length down towards the inside, Hula Fever third, and a break of about a length and 3/4 behind those Mr. Bullion on the outside of Semi Secret as they leave the side and race down the back. They've got about 1,100 metres to go. No speed on it all, and this should suit Mamselle Dupree. Mamselle Dupree about a length in front of My Cavalier, followed then by Hula Fever down towards the inside. Mr. Bullion's on the outside and a length behind those Semi Secret last of all as they race down the back in the direction of the 800 metre mark, and still the leader was Mamselle Dupree, about a half a length in front of My Cavalier running second. Mr. Bullion's third on the outside of Hula Fever, and 2 off behind those Semi Secret as last of all as they race up towards the 1,600, race 1 at Queanbeyan Cup Day. Mamselle Dupree is the leader, a half a length in front of My Cavalier. Mr. Bullion going up 3 wide. In behind those, Hula Fever losing a bit of ground, and Semi Secret last of all as they race up towards the turn. They've got about 400 to go. This leader, Mamselle Dupree, is still doing it well. Having a go on the outside was My Cavalier, followed then by Mr. Bullion. Hula Fever's well back, followed by Semi Secret as they race down to the 200, and Mamselle Dupree has got away again. Mamselle Dupree is going strongly. My Cavalier is trying hard. Mr. Bullion coming down the outside, but Mamselle Dupree is well clear. With 100 to go, there's no danger to Mamselle Dupree. A good ride there by Johnny Scorson. Mamselle Dupree eased down on the line, beat My Cavalier. Third, Hula Fever, followed then by Mr. Bullion, and the last one across the line in the opening race, Semi Secret. Well, she was never going to lose the race from the moment they settled down. That's the way she loves to race. Had her own way out in front, and there was no pressure applied to her, and she kicked away in the straight and won it very well indeed. A 5.32, number 5, the winner, Mamselle Dupree, ridden by John Scorse, trained at Bombala by Barbara Joseph. Now the second place getter, number 3, My Cavalier, Dale Spriggs, trained by Wayne Davey at Maruya, and number 2, Hula Fever third, the rider, Greg Farrer, trained by Rocky Hudson at Maruya. 5.32 will be the numbers. That winner, Mamselle Dupree, $2.61.50. 3, My Cavalier, $2.10. And no dividend for number 2, Hula Fever. But the punters getting off on the right leg here on Carlton Queanbeyan Cup Day. The favourite, Mamselle Dupree, a chestnut mare 4 by Victory Prince out of D. Valois, is raced by P.H. Joseph, Mr. and Mrs. J.W. Tarrant, A. Vaughan, and Dr. W.B. Harding, and also Mrs. E.A. Levy. So some excited owners following the running of the first race. Number 5, Mamselle Dupree, ridden by John Scorse. That's the way John Scorse likes to ride, dictates the terms out in front. My Cavalier second, Hula Fever third. OK, that's the first race on Cup Day, and there's Barbara Joseph for those people watching on the closed circuit television sets. Now race 2, take out number 2, Star Express. Number 2, Star Express is out of the second. Now we do have a late scratching in a later race, race 4, please note, studios. In race 4, the late scratching is number 7, Go Charlie, taken out at 11.22 by the stewards acting on veterinary advice. So the scratching's race 4. The late scratching is number 7, Go Charlie. That's all we have for you. Race 1, the Christine White Fashion Class 6 plate. The numbers 5, 3 and 2, 5.32, and let's have a look at the margins before we go back. The winner scored by 3 1/4 lengths, 3 1/4 by 2, and the time for the 1600, 1:37. 5.32 official, 3 1/4 by 2 the margins, 1:37 the time. I'll send Wait down the line and back with more from Queanbeyan in just a moment.
Thanks, Tony. That's a good start for Barb. In fact, she could have a big day at Warwick Farm tomorrow. She's got Flinders Street, the classy Flinders Street in the Bow. Bit of a chat with Barb, telling her what an impressive type he was and how he'd like to stick with it, I guess he'd be saying. Now at Kilcoy for the first, here's Alan Thomas.
Thanks, Matt, and good
on Magical Path will win race 2. OK, let's move across to race number 3 on Cup Day.
The male again here, number 1, Sunjammer, trained by Gary Kirkup.
You're pretty confident on this one too, aren't you?
Yes, Sunjammer. It's got plenty of weight, but it should beat this field. 1, Sunjammer is the late male in the third event of the day.
All right, race number 4 is this maiden over the 1,000 metres.
And the male here is for, let me have a look here. I think it's Legal Switch here. Number 9, no, it's not. I beg your pardon. Number 6, Current Love. 6, Current Love is the male in the fourth event of the day.
Race book looks like a bingo card.
Certainly does.
Let's have a look at the next. What do you think of race 5?
There's a push for the Frank Cleary trained He's a Bull in this race. I've gone for Aussie Cozzy, but there's a big wrap around for number 3, He's a Bull, and that's the male in race 5. That's the Thunderbolt.
I'll be going fairly quick in that, quicker than you or me will be able to run.
You can say that again.
Yeah. Okay, race number 6, and this, of course, is the Eastern Airlines Invitation Class 3 handicap.
Yeah, the male, a bit of value here. The Kevin Moses galloper, number 8, Row of Gems. Kevin Moses in the saddle should get a bit of value. So the late male in race 6, number 8, Row of Gems. Kevin Moses the rider.
All right, pretty close at Horsham. Quickly, give us your tip in the Cup.
In the Cup, I think Arcadie's almost a special. The best bet of the day, Arcadie.
It's pretty short, about even money, I think, and they would have got a reasonable price about it at the Calcutta last night. Enjoy your calling. See you soon.
Thank you.
Thanks, Tone. Let's go to Horsham now for race number 2.
He came out galloping the favourite now.
He was here. Well, he is, and I'm talking to him right now. G'day, Frank. How are you, mate?
Really well, Nick, yeah.
Yeah, good to see you. You enjoy this time of the year, don't you? You've always got a few horses here.
Oh, I love it, yeah. It's a great time of the year with the Black Oval Series on and the Queanbeyan Cup Carnival on.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Fantastic time of the year, Frank. What about your horse in race number 3, Capital King? Neil Jolly's on for you today.
Yeah, I'm playing with Neil on him because the other day at Maria he went hard in front, and with Sunjammer in the race I thought, well, it'll go along. So with the allowance, I'm just hoping that with the pull in the weights he can round Sunjammer up.
Well, that's a pretty good hope there too. Now, we'll talk about He's a Bull, which is in race number 5 in that Thunderbolt. It's a great race, isn't it? It's
a good race. There's plenty of speed on. If Tuua can't, I'll roll on by. I'll probably get back. But I think Aussie Cozzy's there one for us to beat. It'll get out and just go hard, and hopefully one of the other 2 speeches will take him on and just give He's a Bull the last shot.
He's a tough competitor, He's a Bull, isn't he? Very well named.
Very honest to us, Nick. Yeah, very honest. You look at his record. He's hardly ever unplaced.
Now, of course, your wife Sue owns Regalino, which is engaged in race number 6. The invitation, of course, Heavenly Horizon. They'll both be vying for positions in that invitation race.
Yeah, very family feud, that race, Nick. Sue owns Regalino, and young Joseph and his mates own Heavenly Horizon, so a bit of a feud going on there, mate.
I'm sure there will be, but you'll sort it out, there's no question. You'll sort it out at the bar at the end of the day.
Oh, yeah, we'll get there and sort out who's got all the money, and then they can shout.
Simple as that, isn't it? What about the Cup? What do you like in the Cup anyway, Frank? I know you haven't got a runner, but which one would you like to be training?
I bought Dan Still Dawn in the Calcutta last night, Nick. I just think this sort of track, he'll be up sort of following He's a Good Bloke, and it might just pinch a break.
He's a good bloke, yeah.
It might just pinch a break on the turn, and that was my theory last night anyway, and I've found no reason to change.
Well, that's all right. Well, we'll stick with you. Dan Still Dawn, each way to beat He's a Good Bloke, and he's going to be pretty hard to beat Shane on Arcadie, isn't he?
Oh, yeah, but he's drawing 11, and this first turn, they can finish up in no man's land if they're not in close.
I did some research last night. Number 11, Gate, over 2,000 metres, has the best strike rate. Can you believe that?
Has it?
Yep, serious. I'll show it to you later.
You know more about this track than I do.
There you go. No, I don't think so. See you soon.
Thanks, Nick.
Good to talk to you, Frank. Go and watch the race. Frank Cleary there, marvellous trainer in this region. Righto, Matt, we'll have a bet. Let's get back to you.
All right, thanks for that. Yes, I guess also being 2-year-old time, it must mean a lot to Frank Cleary. Of course, it must bring back good memories. Frank had that fantastic 2-year-old some years ago now, probably 5 years ago now, Clan O'Sullivan. Now, Queanbeyan is where we're going, but we'll be heading back to Tony Campbell in just a moment for race 2, where they're all at the stalls. Magical Path 140, Maury Boy 850, Superior Step 620, Warraluna 940, 30 for Power Lover, 25 Semi-Fear, and Sovereign Amour is a 40-to-1 shot. So all the rage is Magical Path from the Waterhouse stable. This mare going around and carrying some weight too, 59 kilos over 1,600 metres, and they're about to move in. OK, that's the latest there at Queanbeyan. All at the stalls. Before we go to Tony Campbell, we've got time for a break. You're watching Sky Race Day. Drifting out a little bit, Superior Steps, the one that's been backed into $4.40. The moving in for race 2 at Queanbeyan. Kilcoy race 2, Old Spice at $4.55. Race, here's Tony.
Waiting on Maury Boy in the line will be set race 2. The Hamilton's Townhouse Motel maiden handicap over 1,600 metres. Line almost set. Now Maury Boy goes up. Maury Boy races in the Ken Quest colours, trained by Never Late Maury Boy. Now the light is on. Magical Path, Semi-Fear, Sovereign Amour the inside runner. Race 2, Queanbeyan. They're away now. Sovereign Amore down towards the inside. That was a good line too. Semi-Fair got away well, and Warraluna out wide. Maury Boy is going up, followed by Magical Pass, eating back a bit, followed on its outside by Power Lover, and 2 off then Superior Step at the tail of the field. On settling down as they race towards the back. They've got about 1,300 to go. Warraluna down towards the inside. About a long neck in front of Maury Boy, second on the outside, followed then by Semi-Fair. Power Lover's moving to third around the outside of that horse, followed by Magical Path. In behind those as they commence the run down the back was Superior Step, pulling a little bit now, and Sovereign Amore at the tail of the field. In the back straight, they've got about 1,000 to go. Warraluna under a good rein is the leader, about a long neck in front of Maury Boy, a length and a half off third, then Power Lover. Semi-Fair is fourth on the inside, followed by Magical Path, who appears to be doing it well. Then Superior Step caught wide as they race down the back, and about a length, then Sovereign Amore last of all. They've got about 700 metres to go, race 2, and the leader was Warraluna, a long neck in front of Maury Boy. Now Superior Step has made a quick move up on the outside. In behind those, Power Lover. Magical Path is gaining ground, not too far off the lead. A break behind those, Semi-Fair second last, and Sovereign Amore at the tail of the field as they swing up towards the turn. 400 to go. Warraluna the leader. Now Magical Path in the centre's running on. Maury Boy is still there, 2 out, and going wide. Superior Step is putting in a run as they race down towards the 200. Warraluna the leader out wide. Superior Step's a big danger. Magical Path is under plenty of pressure. Out very wide the leader was Superior Step. Magical Path in the centre's trying hard. Warraluna sticking on, but it's Superior Step the leader. Warraluna second down towards the inside. Warraluna kick back. They hit the line. Oh, it's a closey. It's a close one. Out wide Superior Step or Warraluna. Up between those in third, Magical Path, who couldn't go on, then Semi-Fair. Maury Boy in the last pair across the line. Power Lover and Sovereign Amore. Oh, this is close. Warraluna has fought back like a cage lion on the inside. Superior Step, good run by Superior Step. This gelding's form has been pretty good. It was wide most of the way. Magical Path in the centre. Warraluna fought back on the inside. The angle here does favour the outside horse, which is Superior Step, although Warraluna fought back very, very strongly on the inside. But I think allowing for the angle, maybe Superior Step out wide. A nose in front of Warraluna and close up between those Magical Path. But the judge calls for the photo between Superior Step out wide and Warraluna. Magical Path had every possible chance but couldn't go on in the straight. Now on the tote, just looking at those, if Superior Step gets it, $5 and $2. The other one, Warraluna, $8.20 and $2.70. They're the two main ones in the photo. There'll be no third dividend. The judge calls for the photo. Now the time for the race, 1:37.85. 1:37.85 the time. Photo after race 2 at Queanbeyan. We'll take a break and we'll be back with more in just a moment.
They're about to move in at Kilcoy for race 2. In fact, we'll skipping them. There's the placings now. 5-4-1. Warraluna, the one on the inside, has lasted to win from Superior Step. And the third horse was the one in the centre from the Waterhouse stable. The odds-on favourite, maybe the 59 kilos, was a bit too much of a burden for Magical Path. So 5-4-1, that's race 2 at Queanbeyan. Now they're starting to move in at Kilcoy. Colac Totes race 2, 4 Vans Hope, 26 to finish. Now for the second at Kilcoy, here's Al.
When I came trotting back, I was pleased to see my number in the frame.
Well done, Dale. Well, you've ridden plenty of winners around this circuit today, and you'll be one of the best jockeys to be talking to today. So let's talk about Roll On Buy's chances in the Thunderbolt. You've won plenty on him. You won the driveway, the kitchen and the bedroom with Roll On Buy, eh?
Yeah,
Won you plenty.
Yeah, my house is named after Roll On Buy. I've won 15 races on him, so he deserves a bit of special recognition.
He's a good horse, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. He's first up today, Nick. He might need to run a little bit, but then again, it's going to be run to suit him too. Plenty of pace on, and he will be steaming home.
You don't think it's too tough first up against these speedy ones?
No, he's done a lot of work, but he's also he's as fit as we can get him, giving him just work, and he still probably will improve with a run or two under his belt because he's a very big gross horse. But we're very confident he'll run very well today.
Okay, now let's have a look at Salis Mass, which is for Wayne Davey, trains at Maria. This horse won its last start too in pretty good fashion.
Yeah, he was only over 900 at Maruya, and he did come from a long way back and stormed home over the top of him, and there was a little bit of form in that race, so the win was very good.
All right, now you're riding also a horse called Bayview in a later race this afternoon. Bayview, of course, for Wayne Davies brought a couple of horses here to Queanbeyan, and Bayview's last start was here when he ran second. Yeah,
he was beaten by Dominican, and on that day it really favoured front runners, and Dominican was able to lead that day and just hang on from him.
It's been a good race, hasn't it, the Underwood for the form of the Queanbeyan City Cup this afternoon. Isinglass, of course, your particular mount. It's been a good one for you. Laurie Laxton, who trained the Empire Rose to win the Melbourne Cup, he's asked you to get on board. He trains in Cambridge in New Zealand. Must have been a nice thrill for you, Dale, to be asked to ride this horse because you know the circuit so well.
Yeah, I was very pleased when they rang up last week and offered the ride on Inglass to me. Nick, I jumped at the chance. There's no having to think about it because I did recall the horse winning a few races in Sydney.
That's right.
I think it was last year. And yeah, so I was very pleased to be able to get on him. I have studied his couple of his last videos, and he's a horse that if there's a minus against him, it's that he's going to get back. And this is a very hard track to come from behind, but by the same token, he finishes his races off very strongly.
Well, you'll know how far he's allowed to get behind, won't you? Because you know what's going to happen with the 200, don't you?
Yeah. Like especially around this track, it's very up and downhill all the way around. I think you go uphill twice and come downhill twice. So yeah, you've got to know when you can start going forward and when you can't go forward.
What about your main chances, rather your main opposition in the race? So obviously Arcadie's going to be hard to beat with Shane.
Well, Arcadie's going to be very hard to beat. It beat home my horse last start in the Underwood Cup. Was my horse's first start in Australia this campaign. So I'm expecting my horse to improve on that run. And a horse called Quest. He's a local galloper. He's trained here at Queanbeyan and he has been racing very well. The big advantage he's got, he knows his track backwards.
Yeah. All right, and finally you're on a bottom weight in a later race, a thing called Tights on Fire.
Well, he's been looking out for the 1600. Nicky, I rode him last start over 1400 at Maria, and he come from a long way back and flew home. He's only beaten ahead for second on that day, and that was the TAB meeting at Maria. This is the same sort of race today, so the mile should really suit him.
Anytime you want to lose a couple of kilos, just come out and speak to us, mate. It's warm, isn't it?
It's very warm out. It's even warmer out there riding, Nick.
Mate, have a great day today. We'll be watching you with a great deal of interest, and good luck in the Cup this afternoon. Thanks for your time, Dale.
Thanks very much, Nick.
Good on you, mate. Good to see you. Dale Spriggs there, and he knows every blade of grass around this Queanbeyan circuit. Right, Matt, back to you.
Thank you, Nick. Now, repeating that protest on at Kilcoy, third against first and second there. And Sunjammer, 370. Remember Joan, 380. Jeff Penns is the new rider for Remember Joan. Sylvania Boy.
6 months.
Well, Carlton have gone from strength to strength over the last 6 months. We've got some fantastic brands, of course, VB and Carlton Cold and Light Ice, and not to mention premium brands such as Crown Lager. And locally, particularly in this area, brands like Carlton Draft and our new one, Foster's Extra, are all going very, very well. So, I mean, there's certainly a Carlton beer for everyone, Nick.
Is there something on the horizon, another new label or a new brand to come out maybe at the end of this year? Are you thinking about that, or is everything going sweetly enough for you at the moment?
Well, we're never happy with what we've got. I mean, Foster's Extra is a new brand that we're very happy with, and I suppose in the foreseeable...
What are the qualities of Foster's Extra, Cole?
Well, it's a full-strength beer. Yeah. It's probably a great tasting beer in the tradition of Foster's, and you'd be very happy with it if you gave it a try.
Have you got some over the 10?
I sure have.
Okay, we might have a look at that a bit later on. Have you had a look at the Cup, Cole?
Look, I haven't yet. I see that it's an excellent field, and it's on late in the day.
That's right.
So I'm sure I'll have a bit of practice before the event starts. But Arcadie looks fantastic.
Yeah, very hard to beat. Yeah. Shane Dye, of course, coming down for the ride, and that's the Carlton tip, Arcadie.
Yeah, good on you, Nick.
Good to see you again.
All the best, mate.
See you after the last.
Cheers.
Thanks, Cole. Cole Rochester there from Carlton, who, as you can see the sign behind me, they've sponsored this race for 14 years now, and it's been a great association with the Carlton and the Queanbeyan Race Club. Well, they're around about less than a minute or so before they jump away here in the next event. Let's take a quick look at the market for you. And here, number one is showing at $2.30, which is Sunjammer. It'd be pretty hard to beat too, Sunjammer. Remember, Joan is showing at $4 neat, or $3.90, $8.70 for Sylvania Boy. Capital King at $5.90, $6.60 Grey Mystic. Party Punch at $20, Waves Aglow at $29 for race number 3 at Queanbeyan. All right, we might take you to Tony right now, because this is called the Sydney Harbour Casino Class 4 handicap. And I've been to the Sydney Harbour Casino in a few Class 4s myself, so we'll take it to Tony Campbell right now, and here he is for the call of race number 3.
Now waiting on Party Punch. Grey Mystics in line. Remember Joan about to be let up. Crowd building up here today. Of course, the Cup is not until 5:15, race 8, so that will give 5:10, in fact it is, the Carlton Queanbeyan Cup. So that will give the workforce in the local area a chance to get out after work and have a look at the main race of the day. Now, they're repairing a stall, so there should be a short delay here. Just looking over there. Well, they're moving in still, so everything seems to be okay. Now, Sylvania Boy goes up. Now, the line is just about set. Over at the 1460, Sunjammer is the favourite on the tote. Remember Joan stands up. Starter goes up, they're away now, a good level start, and Waves Aglow on Party Punch got away well, and now Sunjammer goes up on the outside looking for the lead. Wide on the track, Remember Joan is going up towards a prominent position, followed further back then Sylvania Boy and Capital Kings on the outside. As they settle down and race towards the back, they've got about 11.50 to go. Sunjammer the leader, the mouth open, keen to go a little bit quicker, about a long neck in front of Remember Joan. Now Party Punch is applying pressure on the outside, going up 3 wide. 2 behind those, Waves Aglow, Sylvania Boy, the grey on the outside as next, a long break then Grey Mystic, and a length Capital King at the tail of the field in the backstretch, racing down towards the 800, and Sunjammer under a good rein is the leader, almost joined by Party Punch on the outside. A length and a half behind those, Remember Joan. Waves Aglow is getting up along the inside, making a bit of ground up 3 wide was Sylvania Boy and Capital King and Grey Mystic with the last pair. Inside the 600 metre mark as they race up towards the turn, and still Sunjammer leads about a long neck in front of Party Punch, still applying pressure on the outside. Sylvania Boy goes up very wide, followed by Remember Joan, Waves Aglow, and the next pair, Grey Mystic and Capital King, last into the straight. They've got about 300 to go, and Sunjammer's the leader, kicked away slightly. Sunjammer leads down the outside, Sylvania Boy. Further back in the field then, Party Punch, followed by Capital King, but they've still got to get to this leader. Sunjammer's giving plenty, about 2 over Sylvania Boy, running on late down the outside, Capital King, but it's all Sunjammer, the favourites home. Sunjammer draws away on the line. Sunjammer first, Sylvania Boy second, Waves Aglow third, followed then by Capital King, Remember Joan, Grey Mystic and Party Punch was last. Plenty of weight, 59 kilos, but it made no difference to Sunjammer. Greg Farrer excels on front-running horses, and today was no exception. Sunjammer, heavily supported, $2.30 for the win, $1.40 for the place on the tote. Sunjammer, trained at Canberra by Gary Kirkup, a chestnut gelding 6 by Cohalan out of Gay Display, raced by S.M. Turner, G.R. Marr, D.G. Anderson, T. Lillis and V. Maloney in partnership. He's a 6-year-old gelding. That was just his 9th start today. Very good record from 9 starts, 4 wins, 2 seconds and 2 thirds, and he's a big, big, strong horse. So Sunjammer too good. And the grey Sylvania Boy battled on well. It was ridden by Lee Lund, trained at Canberra by Darryl Rolfe. And Waves Aglow, number 9, will get third. John Scorse, a bay gelding 6 row of Waves out of All Aglow, trained by Simon Bagley at Maruya. The last 600, 37.09, 37.09. Now the overall time, 1:26.58. Fairly good run. 1:26.58 the time. Numbers are official. 1:59. Sunjammer, Greg Farrer first. 5 Sylvania Boy, Leland second. 9 Waves Aglow, John Scorse third. Now the margins are up. The winner scored by 3 3/4 lengths. 3 3/4 by 3/4. We'll have more from Queanbeyan in a moment.
All right, Tony.
Thank you very much, Matt. Well, I would have lost money about Harry Troy never have ridden at Queanbeyan before. He hasn't done that, have you, Harry? How are you?
Good, thanks, Nick. No, this is my first time, Nick. Thought I'd come down and have a look at the place.
You're here for the invitation. Unfortunately, you did have a ride in the Cup Act of Grace. It's a subsequent scratching, though, which is disappointing for you. Yeah,
I have got a couple of scratchings, actually, thing in the last to scratch as well, but we've got a couple other rides, Nick, and we can have a look at the place.
Well, you're on a first starter anyway, Tamalina. That'll be a nice initiation to Queanbeyan on a first starter.
Yeah, the young fella that's got this, Jason Buckley, told me it trialled pretty well the other day, showed a fair bit of speed, and first 3 races, everything on the speed's won, so if he can get out and get rolling, we might have some hope. It's only a short run home here.
Exactly right. And of course, that race is over the 1,000 metres. They'll be going along pretty quickly in that. Now, in the invitation race, you're on board a horse called November Turf. November Turf has got some form too. 3 thirds at its last 3 starts.
Yeah, look, he's a fairly consistent galloper around these parts, and obviously he would have raced on the track trained by Cyril Roth down at Maruya, so he trains his share of winners. Not a bad field, the invitation, so I guess it's a bit of luck, and see what happens during the race.
Did you like to be riding anything in the Cup, Harry, if your Act of Grace wasn't scratched?
I thought Arcady might go all right,
yeah.
Nick, yes.
He looks pretty hard to beat.
Certainly does, mate, yeah.
All right, Harry, well, good to see you here at Queanbeyan. I'm sure it's a great coup for the club that you're here and getting your first look at the Queanbeyan track. Well done, mate. Good to see you here.
Thanks a lot, Nick.
Thanks, Harry. OK, they're pretty close at Casino. We're going to take it to Bobby Lane right now. Here he is.
$3.50 to $4. He was showing, resuming from a long spell. He is...
Turn to Queanbeyan. Here's Nick.
OK, good on you. Thanks, Matt, as we welcome punters around Australia back to Queanbeyan. They're in the yard for race number 4 on the card here. Number 2 is the favourite here, and that is Red Tay for Kevin Moses. I'm being joined by Kylie Blenko right now, and Kylie was here a couple of years ago. She had a pretty nasty fall, but she's now back with us. How are you, Kylie?
I'm very well. How are you?
Very well. It was a pretty nasty fall, wasn't it? That was that part of the track where they had a bit of a look at, wasn't it?
Yeah, about the 700 metre mark I had a fall. A horse of Joe Kelly's broke its leg and took out a fair bit of the panel, and Yeah, it wasn't very flash.
Well, you would have been probably one of the advocates for a little bit more money for a race rider, eh?
You bet, always. I mean, you know, we're always keen for a pay rise, and it's good to see the clubs and that increase it for $20.
Okay, well, let's have a look at your mount, and it's called Bad Lady. Is there an omen in that?
I hope not, I hope not. I don't know a lot about this horse. It's trained by Howard Smith, who used to train a fair bit a while ago, and he's sort of just a one-horse trainer now. It's had a barrier trial. I don't know a lot about it.
Okay, well, once again, Harry Troy's having a ride around Queanbeyan for the first time. He's on a maiden that's never stepped out, so you're on board Bad Lady, another one that hasn't stepped out before too, so it'll be a bit of a test for you.
Take something with him.
Exactly. Tell us about your career, Kylie. Where did you start off?
I did an apprenticeship with John Morrissey here in Canberra. I was with him for 5 years. He was good to me. He gave me a lot of good rides. I won the apprenticeship over there. As I said, just before my time was up, I had this fall at Queanbeyan, so that sort of ruined everything. I mean, even when you come back, it's still hard to get into things. I only had a few months left, so I got a couple of other jobs, like hospitality-wise, and left racing for a while, and the back never come good for a while. And just the last couple of months, I've got back into it and fitting well. And
who are you riding for now?
Peter Staunton and Barbara Joseph at the moment, but you know.
Well, there's a bit of horse flesh amongst those two, isn't there?
That's it. Both very good trainers, and we'll see what happens in the next few months.
Well, we'll keep an eye on your progress with interest, Kylie. Thanks for your time on Sky today. Good luck.
Bye.
Okay. There she goes, Kylie Blinko. Nice to talk to her too. She's on Bad Lady in the green and white stripes in race number 4. What's it showing on the tote? Around about 16 to 1, or a little bit more than that. Actually, about 89 to 1 for Bad Lady. Thanks, Matt. Back to you.
$89. Okay, good value there for followers of Bad Lady. Now, they're at the stalls at Colac and about to move in. It's paying $2.20. But by the same token, that run at Canterbury finished almost last in a field of 13. So he still has to improve a little bit. Current Love $7.60, Legal Switch $5.10, and Broken Hearts is $6.60. But Red Tave is the favourite. It certainly fared all right at the barrier draw, coming up with 2 in a 1,000 metre race. Sponsored by Win Television. Now, at Colac, number 6 ran third, Snow Scene. The place divvy is $3.90, so those numbers are now official. 2-1-6 on the 4th at Colac. And the full list of totes: $11, $2.40 Costly Wave, Marie Payne, 1 Condy's Way, $1.10, Snow Scene $3.90, the Quinella was $7.80, and the trifecta $207.80. 2-1-6 at Colac with correct weight on the 4th event. After Queanbeyan, Kilcoy, another 800 metre race, but this time for Class 2 horses. Sea Dandy $5.10, Easy Medell $3.50, Saintly Dawn $3.90, As a Queen $6.70, 11 for Malachite, Zogra $7.30, Mystic East $39, and New Episode at $21. Allen's tips are 1-2-5. Sea Dandy on top, but Rod's late mail is for number 2, Easy Medell. That's from Rod Gallegos's late mail department, number 2, Easy Medell to win. It's currently paying about $3.50. Now, they're moving in at Queanbeyan for the 4th. Here's Tony.
Nominations close this Monday. Queanbeyan Cup next Friday. Noms close Monday. Now, Miami Mistress, one of Barbara Joseph's 2 gallopers. The other one is riderless at the moment, Legal Switch. John Scourse out of the saddle. They're adjusting the Sir single, it looks like. Mopped Up is out of line. Heavenly Eclipse. 1,000 metres this race. Previous race taken out in good style by Sun Gemma, Greg Farrer. 59 kilos. But it won very well indeed, Sun Gemma. From number 5, Sylvania Boy, and Waves Aglow was 3rd. The big one of the day, the Carlton Queanbeyan Cup, is at 5:10 this afternoon. Now, just waiting on Legal Switch to move along, and Mopped Up, and that will leave Heavenly Eclipse the last one. Broken Hearts has gone in. The late scratching was number 7, Go Charlie. Now Mopped Up goes up. Red Tave drawn nicely towards an inside gate. Kevin Moses in the saddle, it's drawn gate 2. Now waiting on Heavenly Eclipse and Legal Switch. Legal Switch has been busting to win a race. It's been favourite at his last 3 starts. Very disappointing, but it hasn't been all that far away. Has finished 4th on the last 3 occasions. But today it's not an overly strong field, so if ever Legal Switch is to win a race, maybe, just maybe, today is the day. Now, just waiting on Legal Switch to move along. Red Tave, the favourite, standing up very nicely towards the inside. Fear of Heights, Truly Dazzling, Current Love. Tamalina, Harry Troy's mount. Now, still having a bit of a problem with Legal Switch behind the stalls. Now, here's Legal Switch being led up now. Legal Switch Goes up. Now they're all in. This is the 4th of 9 here at Queanbeyan today. Red Tave is the favourite. Support for Legal Switch.